Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am your host, Data T, and this is my channel, The Good Guys. Today's story comes out of Warner Robins, Georgia. And the title reads, Warner Robins police say restaurant worker shot, killed armed robber in self-defense. Before we get into today's video, guys, if you wouldn't mind, leaving a like, leaving a comment, subscribe, and hit me up on Twitter. So let us begin.
Police say a Warner Robins restaurant employee who shot and killed an armed robber acted in self-defense.
Kalisha Moore has details on the shooting and why numbers show robberies and thefts are on the increase this time of year.
About 9:45 p.m. last night, there was a call received to 911 about a robbery in progress.
The call came in from This American Philly and Wings on Watson Boulevard. Police say 23-year-old Joshua Hickey tried to rob the place.
Basically, a male entered, later found to be Joshua Hickey, entered with a mask and a hood on. He did have a semi-automatic pistol.
Sergeant Justin Clark with Warner Robins police say Hickey jumped the counter and attempted to make his way to a door in the restaurant, all while demanding money. That's when things escalated. Hickey allegedly pistol whipped a worker, and the two men fought over the gun.
The restaurant worker was struck, hit the ground. As he was coming back up, he drew his own legally owned firearm and fired 3 shots at Mr. Hickey.
Okay, guys, so you see the scenario here. I don't know how many times, and I want you to think about this. How many times have you gone to a restaurant, let's say a fast food place, a McDonald's, a Taco Bell, a Pizza Hut, a Popeyes, a Roy Rogers, whatever the restaurant, let's not forget Checkers, whatever. How many of them do you think are armed? Just stop and think. How many of them probably within the company policy, you can't be armed? What we are finding out today, guys, not just today, but in many different cases, we are seeing a lot more employees, a lot more people who are on the job, people that are working, and they have their gun. I have, in my time, I guess, going through all these self-defense cases, I do not see it as much as more prevalent than I'm seeing it now. It used to be, it was just, hey, concealed carrier, the guy's on his day off, or, he's in a mall with his family, those things. But we are seeing more cases where people at their job, people who are carrying, while they're flipping the burger, they have their firearm on them. And if somebody tries to pull some crap, they are met with a gun. It's fantastic. I'm glad. I don't want to celebrate the loss of life, but I will celebrate someone who has defended themselves with the best means available, and that is with a gun. Thank goodness. Let's finish out the story.
Mr. Hickey was struck twice and fled on foot.
Officers found Hickey on Vernon Drive and took him to the hospital, where he died. According to the National Crime Victimization Survey, 2 specific types of crime increase in December: robbery and personal larceny. Those crimes increasing by 20% during the last month of the year.
Theft in general does tend to increase around the holidays. As far as our robbery numbers, though, from last year versus this year, we're right on par to have about the same, which is around 70 currently.
Whether you work at a business or you're just shopping or eating out, Clark says pay attention this holiday season.
Be aware of your surroundings, be aware of people coming in and out, pay attention to your doors and things like that.
In Warner Robins, Kalisha Moore, 13 WMAZ News.
So if we were to the reporter talking about the rise in crime during the holidays in December, and then even the police officer who also says, hey, yes, there is a rise in crime. They're talking about 20%, whatever the figure is, it doesn't matter. Okay, you should be carrying. You should have your firearm on you, just in case. It doesn't even really matter what time of the month it is. Okay, January, February, March, it doesn't matter. You should have your gun. Okay, and kudos to this person working at this particular restaurant who had his firearm on him. It's just, this is the time, guys. This is the time where everyone should be armed. Nobody should. It doesn't matter where you are. Just have it. Better to need it and not have it versus have it and not need it. Is that correct? Anyway, guys, good guys have guns. And if good men do nothing, there would be no good guys.